Hello. Today's Thursday. I'm continuing our Ephesians 4 devotional. I'm doing verse 23, 24. Leading on from yesterday, it talked about casting off the old self. Okay, so verse 23 comes into it, and to be renewed in the spirit of your minds, to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness. What a bar to set. What a stand, we're cast off the old self, and it's meant to be this complete renewal of the new self, it's renewal of your minds, and it's meant to be in the image of God, in the fullness of righteousness and holiness. Like, wow, intense. Um, I do this all the time, and I think a lot of Christians do. I excuse a lot of my behaviour, actions, um, beliefs, words, thoughts, you name it, with the excuse of relevance. I want to be relevant to my neighbours, physical and beyond, and my peers and my non-Christian friends and the world, right? We want to reach the world. And so there's certain things that we do and I excuse because I need to be relevant, surely. But the only problem is with that is that I think the older I get, the more I realise I just don't think that's true. Like, we are called to be different. We are called to be massively set apart. We're meant to have a completely different mindset. We're not meant to react and think like the world. We are supposed to be different. The way we act is supposed to be different. I wonder if you've ever spent any sort of time, this is going to sound really strange, to like staring or studying old couples, old people. If you look at an older couple, especially if you've been married for a long, long time, they begin to look, sound, act. They like the more years they're together, like they just become closer and closer. They really do become one. The Bible is true, right? Two become one. They just become not each other there because they are separate, but they look and they smell like each other. There's so much that connects them now. That needs to be us and Jesus. Like, it's not just meant to be a one-time arrangement where, like with my wife, I got married once and I said, I love you on that wedding day. That's not meant to be it. With Jesus, it's not meant to say, I love you once, I accept you once, and that's it. I'm meant to be in his presence every day, as much as I can get, because I become like him more and more. There is supposed to be that change in that moment when you accept Christ and you receive this new self, but then you're also meant to go on changing, looking like Christ. I don't know about you, no one has ever come up to me like a stranger and gone, oh my goodness, what is it about you that is so different? You just look like Christ. You look like Jesus. You must know him. I've never had that. But yet that is where our name Christians comes from the church in Antioch. This first group of people, they reminded others so much of Jesus and how they talked and acted, they got the nickname Little Christs, Christians. And it is possible, like biblically and in it, just like in history, there's Christians who just have something about the presence of God about them that strangers get stopped. And it's like, what is it about you? That is what I want. Not from a selfish, big-headed way, but I just want to walk past a stranger and then just to connect in with the Father, not because of what I said, but just with what the presence I carry. Also, it doesn't escape me the fact, and we don't often like to talk about this, there will be a day where I will stand before the judge, because he is also the judge. The creator of the heavens and the earth, almighty God. Like, we cannot comprehend. And you read Revelation bits and you get like glimpses of what the throne room might look like. And one day we will stand before the judge and he will ask us individually, what did you do with the time that I gave you? And every thought, every action, he will say, okay, why did you do that? Why did you do it this way and not this way? And you're going to have to come up with an answer. Thank goodness for grace. Because we would all be stuffed, right? But we can't escape from the fact he's going to ask us. We are supposed to be different. We are supposed to be set apart. We are supposed to think and to act and to react different. So I think really for myself, my prayer is, God, I don't want to hold anything back. I want to be in your presence all the time. And you don't need my permission, but I give you my permission to just constantly work on me, to mold me, transform me, so that my minds and my actions, my body, and everything about me becomes like Christ. Do I want to carry so much of that of the presence that strangers will stop and they'll connect in with the Father? I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you enjoyed this week's devotions, and I hope you get a lot tomorrow. God bless.